It's a moment of clarity for those who don't know me. I'm on go the first time, it might be no seconds. And you heard the first time, so
police now on the hunt for a gunman after someone opens fire in a Miami Gardens park during a party for Carroll City High School alumni. See this for
they be quick to tell lies, try to get me arrested. Tell them boys dead flies, you gotta know I'm destined. And tell his shooter please slide, I'm trying to really bless him. We got Hellcats, yeah, got torque, but ain't no motor. Big shots, hit your close range, but off your shoulder. He say he gon' do what the who, he's a folder. Bitch keep calling while I'm asleep, but I don't know her. Pass it to my dog, I'm cuffed up, I don't want her. Niggas keep on calling for the sweat, dial toner. ZB, pass me another check, I got the toner. Niggas swear they claiming on the set.
Yeah, you got a full house, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
That too, like, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who came out. Everybody showed love today.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
For real. Like,
so
that's crazy.
Alright, so look, I gotta ask you the same question, you know what I'm saying?
What question?
What's your favorite track on the mixtape? Or which one you feel like was sliding the most?
I ain't gonna lie. I did my thing on all of them. I at least tried to, you feel me? But
you definitely did your thing on them.
I'll definitely say like one step ahead of these niggas.
One step ahead.
Yo, what they do, man? It's your boy Sirsnapalott for me from Broward County, Florida. Really born today, but you know I'm stepping for Broward County. You know what I'm saying? I make music on all platforms. I go follow me on all platforms.
They more telling me that shit hard already. I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? But look, I got plenty more in store. You know what I'm saying? We going dumb this year. Next year, I don't even want to talk about that, but stay tuned.
Yeah, my people, my old boy, born in Jamaica. Same thing for my mom's, you feel me? My mom had, she moved to Canada. I think she was probably like 16. She had moved to Canada. You feel me? My dad, he been moved to Florida. He moved to Florida probably when he was like 8. You feel me? He came to Florida. Did what he had to do, you know what I'm saying? And my mom and my dad, they met at BJ's. You feel me? They met at BJ's and like, from, I guess, you know, they did what they did. They had me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm here. I got 5 siblings. I got 1 brother, pretty much the same age as me, 11 days apart, you feel me? And I got 4 sisters. They jits though, they jitterbugs, you feel me? So we're not gonna get into that, but yeah. Shit, growing up in Carroll City, to be honest, that shit was lit to me. You feel me? Cause at the time though, like me remembering, you know what I'm saying, growing up, it wasn't, my mom and my dad wasn't together, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was cordial though, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm by my dad's house by the weekend, and weekdays I'm with my moms and shit. So I really, them stages when I was in Carroll City, I grew up with my older cousin. You know what I'm saying? And he just came from Jamaica too, so like, you know, he couldn't really get no job and shit like that though, so he was hustling, you feel me? I ain't know that at the time though. I'm thinking, bro, do what he do, but I know he getting money, you feel me? So, true, he was so young, you know what I'm saying? I guess like, he was still into bikes and shit like that, you feel me? So he would really buy bikes for himself. So I'm talking about big dirt bikes, I'm talking about big shit, you feel me? So I'm looking at that shit like, damn, I can't even da-da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? But he like, man, don't worry about that shit. He pretty much taught me everything I know, if I could say it. I'm saying like courage and, you know, common sense and think ahead of time and shit like that. So bro like, yo, just get on the bike, bro. For me, I got on the bike and it's like, I learned that shit within seconds. Like, it ain't took me nothing to learn how to ride a bike, you feel what I'm saying? So niggas were outside in Carroll City. Like, Carroll City was lit to me. When we first actually moved to Carroll City, like, I don't never remember a dull moment. You know what I'm saying? That shit was always lit. We always had food to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always made something out of nothing. Type shit, you feel me? There was a lot of reckless people out there. Like, back then, Miami pretty much was like, it's equivalent to like New York. And I say that to say because it's pretty much like a fast-paced city, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be always on go type shit, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was young at the time, but you know what I'm saying? It was mad. I used to remember my moms and my cousins, like, they'd be talking like, damn, you see what happened on the news, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? But I was so young, I wasn't really into that shit. I didn't really care for that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Back then, like, I was into music, but I was shy as fuck. So like, I wasn't really into paying attention to who's the hottest rapper and shit like that, you feel me? If I like a song, I'm bumping that bit. You feel me? That's just how I was. But yeah, that shit was, it was treacherous. I ain't gonna lie, it was hot out there. Like, by how I could tell now, growing up, I could tell that it was hot because of how my people them used to move. Like, they ain't wanted certain places, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we somewhere, we not staying there too long, you know what I'm saying? We always looking over our shoulders and shit like that, though, you feel me? So yeah, I knew it was something going on, but like, I ain't had no fear for that shit. Like, you feel me? It's life, it is what it is. I had a dog named Joe. I ain't see bro in a minute, but Joe, Jerry, you feel me? Honestly, they all had bikes. We all had bikes, so we was just like the biker boys, you feel me? Like, niggas trying to see who could do, you know what I'm saying? Who could go the fastest, who could do a wheelie, them type of shits, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I remember it was a couple times we used to get into it, like, niggas used to, I don't know, I guess we had like high, you know what I'm saying, standards for, you know what I'm saying, like expectations or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? So we'd be like, bruh, I bet you can't make it down to da-da-da before I can, you feel me? And like, we were so young, we not even thinking about the dangers of that shit, you feel me? So we sliding down the road, and like, you feel me, car that hadn't came out when my dog smacked that bitch, wham! You feel me, he ain't getting no major injuries or nothing though, but, you know what I'm saying, just like the thought of that shit was crazy. I was like, damn, fam, we over here trying to bet each other, nigga, you almost lost your life type shit, like, you feel me, that shit was crazy. Hell yeah. That shit, I remember it was one time, me and my older cousin, for some reason, it's like everybody feared him, talking about even animals type shit, like, we used to go to the corner store every now and then, you feel me, I remember we was walking back, and he told me it's like, some big ass Rottweilers. There's probably like 3 of them shits. You feel me? But they behind the fence, but they barking crazy, like they ready to come eat a nigga. You feel me? Like they ready to come bite your shit up. I remember my cousin had lit that. I seen him through the side of my eye. He had picked up a rock and he just looked at that bitch. He just looked at the dog like with a straight face. All them dogs quiet. You feel me? Like they respect it, bro. You feel me? So we walk in. I'm like, damn, cuz what happened? Why they just, you ain't even throw nothing? Like why they just stop? You feel me? He taught me, like pretty much like, a dog can sense fear, you know what I'm saying? Like they could feel like, even if you don't show it, like if you think you're not showing it, they could tell like you're scared of it, you feel what I'm saying? And once you're scared of it, it's gonna attack, you know what I'm saying? So once you put that bitch in check and show them like, okay, I'm not afraid of you type shit, they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They respect you on a different level type shit. So I tried that bit one time and it definitely worked. Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie, me and my mama, like we was moving just constantly, like bouncing from house to house, apartment to apartment, you know what I'm saying? So like, I done went to so many different schools, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to remember like quite a few of them, but I do remember one in particular, it is Hibiscus Elementary, you feel me? That school, I say like, when I was in school, I wouldn't say I hated school, I just hated that we had to wake up and, you know, had to be at a certain time and shit like that. Like that's the only thing I didn't like. I liked it because that's when everybody's outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna see nobody if you don't go to school, like, literally, like, that shit's crazy. But me in school, in elementary school, I wasn't a terrible kid, like, I kind of felt like I knew it all in the type of way, you feel what I'm saying? So, like, somebody would tell me something and I'll hear it, but I'm not really listening to that shit, like, I don't really care. I just stash it somewhere. It's still there, but I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna do what I wanna do at the end of the day regardless, you feel me? So, that's how I was in elementary school, you know what I'm saying? So, those are kind of the calls. Like me, I was very sneaky. Like if I did some shit, you're not really gonna know anyways, you know what I'm saying? So it was times I get calls to the house, but it wasn't really on old, you know, Snap or Philly just da-da-da-da and he, you know what I'm saying? Not in elementary school, I wasn't getting caught for that type of shit, you feel me? I was sitting back, I do my work and then I fuck around with the other jits. So pretty much I was a class clown after I did what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I really remember about, you know, schools in Miami.
First time, it might be no seconds. And you heard the first time, so I don't expect no extras. I be out to get mine, right now I'm thinking Texas. Cause I can make a lot of shine if I do this correctly. We just trying to live life, why they trying to wreck it? They be quick to tell lies, try to get me arrested. Tell them boys, dead flies, you gotta know I'm destined. And tell his shooter, please slide, I'm trying to really bless him. We got Hellcats, yeah, it got torque, but ain't no motor.